Welcome to Pesach Preview 2012 Part 3. Every Shabbos, every Yontif, we have two challahs. On Pesach night at the Seder, we have three matzahs. Why three matzahs? So let me share with you some of the reasons. Firstly, the halachic reason. Every Shabbos and every Yontif, we are commanded, instructed to make the blessing on the bread over two complete loaves. Pesach night is no exception. We also need lechem mishnah. We need two complete matzahs or complete loaves to make the blessing. But on Pesach there's an additional issue, and that is that we are instructed to say the Haggadah, to recite the story of going out of Egypt over bread of poverty called lechem oini, bread of affliction. Talmud tells us that a poor man never has a full loaf, which is why we break the middle matzah in order to have a broken loaf, a broken piece of bread on which to tell the story. So we have our regular two complete matzahs, as we do every Shabbos and Yontif, and an additional broken piece to fulfill the concept of lechem oini, bread of a poor man's bread. Other reasons are given are as follows. Another reason is that it represents our forefathers Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. In fact, the three matzahs represent the forefathers, the patriarchs, and the 4 cups of wine represent the matriarchs, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. That's why there's 3 matzahs and 4 cups of wine. Another reason is that the 3 matzahs represent the 3 parts of the Jewish nation, the Kohen, the Levi, and the Yisrael. Another interesting reason that is given is that when the angels visited our father Avraham Avinu and told him the good news that he would give birth to a son a year later, we know that Avraham Avinu was sitting outside the tent waiting for guests, and as soon as he saw these 3 angels, he ran to Sarah, his wife, and asked her to prepare a meal. Our sages tell us that it was Pesach, and he prepared matzahs for them. And if you look in the wording, it says that Avraham Avinu told his wife Sarah, Mahari, quickly, take 3 measures of flour, knead them, and bake bread. So there were 3 measures of flour. To remember that, we have the 3 matzahs on the table. Another interesting reason is that in fact there were 3 different times or 3 different situations in which the Jewish people ate matzah. First of all, according to some commentaries, matzah was a food that they ate while they were enslaved in Egypt. Because as the Ibn Ezra points out, that in those times it was the custom to feed prisoners for some sort of economic reason, to feed prisoners matzah. So therefore the Jews ate matzah while they were slaves in Egypt. Secondly, the night before they left Egypt, God commanded Moses to tell the Jewish people to bring a paschal offering, a korban pesach, and to have the first Seder even before they went out. And it was that night that they sat down in their homes and ate the paschal offering together with matzah and moror. So that was the second time they ate matzah, which was the mitzvah to eat matzah on the night before leaving Egypt. Thirdly, the famous story is that the next morning when they were finally freed, they were told to rush out of Egypt and they had no time to bake bread, and therefore the flour and water did not rise, and it became matzah, which is the reason we always give for why we eat matzah today. So they ate matzah as slaves, they ate matzah as a mitzvah on the night before leaving Egypt, and they ate matzah because they took provisions and the dough simply didn't rise. So because of those 3 different situations in which they ate matzah, we too have 3 matzahs to remember those 3 experiences. Those are some of the reasons why we have 3 matzahs. Just a Pesach reminder, when buying products for Pesach, it is essential to make sure that every product has certification that it's kosher to Pesach. Even if the obvious ingredients seem to be chametz free, today all sorts of things are made, and in the process of manufacturing different products, there are ingredients that are used that could be very problematic for Pesach. Therefore, it's always important to make sure that it's got an acceptable certification that it is in fact kosher to Pesach. Have a wonderful day.